Hey everyone, I'm Jessica, here with another solo review. This time I'm talking about a cool game called Cave In. And just to be transparent, I received this copy from the designer slash publisher in exchange for a review. So here it is. So Cave In is an interesting solo game that's sort of like a little bit of deduction as you are going through and mining, trying to pick up copper and tin, possibly to smelt into copper. And basically the goal is to start off with a 50-pound loan that you've received to start up a mining operation. You go through 12 rounds over the course of a year, going through mining and trying to turn that 50 pounds into 200 pounds before the year is up. It plays really well. I had a lot of fun with this one. It comes with 13 tiles, which are going to look like this on the back. You're typically going to have a sort of like an upside down pyramid setup. And I'll go into that in a little bit because there's actually a little bit of a playthrough that I'm including here. But these tiles are going to have something on the other side of them. So as you uncover them, they might have tin, they might have copper, they might show dirt, or, I gotta find it in here. Where is it in my selection of tiles? The dreaded cave in, which is, you don't want that at all. And the other thing that you'll probably notice on every tile is this on the bottom. If I flip that over, that's actually market prices because one of these serves as the market pricing for the round. However, they all start on the other side. So you have to go through and drill down, which kind of gives you an idea of what is in the area, and then decide how to excavate. Sometimes it works out really nicely and you don't have to take any chances. You just pick up what you uncovered. Other times, though, you're always going to have those expenses coming out there as you are mining away and paying every month. You might have to take some risks and go after some face down tiles and hope that there's no cave in there, because when that happens, you have to pay a fee and it ends your current excavation. So it plays really nicely and really quickly. I had a great time. The other cool thing about this is that the months, actually some of them are normal weather conditions, and then there are bad weather condition months where you have a lot more limited information to work with, and cave-ins are even worse. So you kind of have to manage your money going through this. But as I said, it's 12 rounds, they flow really quickly, and I really enjoy the puzzle. But the easiest way to go at this is probably to take a look at how it plays. So let's jump into that and I'll show you a few rounds of how Cave In plays. So here I have Cave In all set up and ready to go. So it has that great rule book again that has some really good examples in there, but we are just gonna dive in and see how this plays. So I have my calendar set up. We are starting in July, the first month. This basically just tells us what kind of month it's going to be. If it's a good month, we get more options. If it's a bad month, it's bad weather. We don't have as many options as we're digging and mining and excavating. We're also going to track our copper and tin inventory on this nice tracker. And then on the other side is where we're going to pay our monthly expenses as we are figuring this out and deducing and trying to get some copper and tin, and hopefully smelt some bronze in the process. So let's see how that plays out. So first, we are going to pay the bank our monthly expense. That's always going to be 5 pounds. Take it from over here. Again, that's me starting with my loan of 50 pounds. So we will pay that expense to start off. Then I have the option of drilling, which is going to cost me 5 pounds each. And since it's a good month, I can do that up to 2 times. This gives me some information though, which is really useful because as you can see, all of those tiles are face down right now. So let's go ahead and start that off and see how that looks. So we're going to drill first. And in this way, I can uncover 3 of these tiles, basically kind of going down in a row, not a row, a column, in a roughly straight line. So let's get started and say we're going to drill on one edge of this drilling area. So from the surface, which is at the top, let's flip that tile. Ooh, that is a nice 4 copper tile. So we're just going to flip these over to get some information. That's a nice tile. And then we got some fantastic dirt underneath there. That's okay. And then finally at the very bottom, oh, more dirt. So that gives me some good information that I probably want to grab that copper. And this area is safe but not lucrative. So let us pay £5 again to drill again. And this is the last time I can do it because, again, it's a good month, so I can do it twice. So I'm just trying to think about my excavation plans and what that's going to look like. We know that area is safe. I think what we'll do, I really want to get that copper, and as you'll see, excavating, you kind of want to have adjacent tiles. So let's go and excavate next to it. So, ooh, shiny tin. That's what I'm talking about. That is a rare tin, and that is very valuable. So that's helpful. And again, I'm still drilling, so I'm going to drill down this way. There's copper here. All right. And at the very bottom, ooh, there's a cave-in. Uh-oh, watch out! So the good part about this is that if you uncover a cave-in tile while drilling, nothing happens. You're just aware of where that cave-in's going to happen. So that's actually really good for me. But at the same time as I excavate, I do know there's one more cave-in tile. So it might be in these face-down tiles, or it could be my market tile set out over here. All right, so let's move into the excavation phase though. So what I definitely want to do is I can excavate up to 3 times, choosing to excavate 1, 2, or 3 tiles each time, and it just costs more to do that. So I am going to pay, that's right, I'm going to pay £10 to excavate 3 tiles. So I got my handy 5s over here. We'll put that over here to mark that I'm excavating first. And as we're going down, you always have to start at the surface and remove all the tiles covering a tile above it in order to pick it out. So I am indeed, I'm going to take a little bit of a risk here. We'll see why. But I'm going to start. I'm going to see my plan is this, then here, and then here. And yes, that's all surface tiles, but that works. So this tile is mine, as is the tin. And then we get to see about pushing my luck a little bit and seeing what is under here. Oh, it's even more copper. That paid off. Had that been a cave-in, I would have ended that excavation and I would have paid £20 to the bank, which is really bad at any point, but especially at the start when you don't have that much money. So I now have a choice to continue excavating if I want to, or to just stop. You're never forced to take all those excavations. What do I want to do? It would be nice to try to find some more tin. However, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to pay, is it worth it to pay £5 to pick up 1 copper? Not really. I don't think that's worth it. And it's not really worth it to risk everything at this point. So I am going to say, that's it. We're done excavating. So we're going to move into the next phase, which is the market phase. So let's take a look at what market prices are. And again, these are the multi-purpose tiles, which are great. And this side is showing me what market prices are right now. So for each copper, I can sell for £5, tin is £10, and if I smelt, that's £35. So smelting is great. That costs 5 copper and 1 tin. All right, and then I will gain my resources. So again, I picked up this, so that's 4 copper from that, and 1 tin, whoop, and another 4 copper. Okay, maybe if I know what I'm doing here. Tin goes there, and then another 4 would get me to 8. So I could smelt at this point, which would be for that bronze. However, I know £35 from playing this, that is one of the lower market prices. So I am going to say I still have £25 and another good month coming up. I'm going to say I'm good. So let's keep moving. We're going to clear off all this. It goes to the fancy bank over here. And then we're going to get ready for next round. So to do that, we are going to grab all of these tiles. Give them a good shuffle, which I'm fairly good at shuffling these tiles. Better than cards, I'll say, but just wait as these fly all over the place, because that's usually what happens. And then we're just going to set it up like I had it before. So we're going to have 5 at the top, which is going to represent the surface. And then we're going to have 4 down here. It's not as neatly organized as I had it before, but you know, close enough, we'll take it. And then just to remind myself, I usually would just flip this in that direction just to make sure that I know that is the market tile, don't touch it. All right, and then we're gonna advance and we are now in August. So, first up, pay that bank. No exceptions. It does say that on there. There is no exception to that £5. All right, great. And then I get to start drilling. Again, it's a good month, so I can drill twice. I'm gonna go and just trade this £20 in for 4 5s, just so we can pay this easier. And you can see that I don't have a lot of money, so it might have made sense to actually smelt on that last turn. However, let's get started with drilling. So we're gonna drill for 5. I'm gonna start over here right now. And there are some strategies to pick up on as you're going through, but it's just fun to kind of flip these over. So there's more copper. I will always take copper. Let's go here. Ooh, there's a tin. All right, and then we'll go down over here and it's dirt, okay. Okay, so I have only 15 pounds to my name, and that, now we're gonna have to drill to try to see if we can get that tin. Can I get that tin? That's all I'm thinking about. I want that tin. So in order to get that tin though, I would have to have these two removed. So I just paid to drill again. So let's start here and see how safe it is. Okay, that's very safe. And then we're just gonna keep going down, which doesn't really matter that much. Oh, look at that beautiful tin down there. That is way too risky to get to though, because I would need to excavate all of these and this lovely useless dirt to get there. That's fine. I know exactly what I want to do here. I am going to pay my final 10 pounds. That's right, last 10 pounds. You don't lose though unless you go below 0. So this is okay. So I'm going to pay 10 to excavate. And my plan is to excavate these 3 tiles. So we're going to get all that copper. And as you can see, that tin is now available because there's nothing above it. Mine. And obviously I'm going to stop right there, otherwise I would lose. So let's go into the market phase here, and let's hope that we have good prices. We do. Look at that that copper and that bronze. I'm really focused on the bronze there. That's 45 pounds. All right, this is going to be really helpful. So let's get our resources. That's 4 copper from this one. That will get us to 12. That's another 4 copper I picked up from there, which is 16. And 1 tin to get us there. So at this point, I have 0 in terms of my money over here. This is the bank, which has everything. So I would like to smelt twice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pay 2 tin and 10 copper to smelt twice, and that's gonna be 90 pounds. That is gonna be super helpful. So our tin is gonna go away. That's 2 paid. And I am paying 10 copper. This is neatly laid out where everything is lined up in 5, so you just kind of go up in that column. And most importantly, let's get that, let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90 pounds. That's fantastic. And then we would clear this off and we would move forward into the later months and just keep going. There's an interesting strategy that goes on, especially during those poor weather months, where you only get to drill once, and cave-ins are a lot more expensive. So during those ones, you really kind of got to save up for it, especially because November, December, January, and February are going to run into those issues there. But that is an idea of how to play this awesome and fun game called Cave-In. So those were a few rounds of how Cave-In works. I did not cheat, I promise. I got really lucky with those copper and tin tiles though. I have had other plays where I've just run into multiple cave-ins and took too many risks. So this was apparently just my time to shine. I really am enjoying this game though. It's quick, probably about 15 to 20 minutes. You saw the play area, it's really small and it always stays that same size. And it is interesting to work through the puzzle each round. It may look like it's repetitive because, again, it's just 13 tiles laid out with one in the market, but I have found that it's just fun to use sort of those deduction mechanics to try to work out what's in there, to push my luck and stress that I need to mine all this stuff. And that is one of the other things with it. It does feel very thematic. It feels like you are drilling down from the surface and taking risks and trying to avoid the cave-in, which ties right into that theme. So that, again, was Cave-In, which I am having a lot of fun with. As always, thanks so much for watching and take care. Bye!